Want to shift gears oh so slightly as we are getting you prepared for the weekend storm. Of course, a big part of that, we're telling you to stay home. Travel is not good. If you stay home, we want you to be comfortable, safe, and warm. And so we want to bring in our Jessie Pierre, who is covering this part of the story for us today here on WCNC Charlotte. Hey, Jess, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. I was just actually speaking to Red Cross, and I spoke to Call Dad AC. Full name. Hold on. I got it. Call Dad
Okay.
AC Heating and Plumbing.
Okay,
So
very
just
good.
kind of getting some different tips from them, just in general of things people can do to prepare, but also like be ready when the storm hits, before it hits, and also what happens if you lose power or heating and etc. And again, this first part is really up to you, right? You have the clock is ticking. um the gentleman with the Red Cross, he said the first 72 hours is up to you, right? So it's all about preparation, making sure you have the food supplies that you need, dry food in case your fridge goes out and your power goes out and you won't be able to use your refrigerator, or you don't want you'll have spoiled food and so forth. So dry foods that you can have, canned foods. Make sure you have a can opener that is not electrical, because if you don't have no power, you won't be able to open that. You want to make sure that you have water. He suggests 1 gallon per person, 1 gallon a day per person is kind of like what you want to aim for. And then just different things like supplies, right? Batteries, extra batteries, flashlights, and kind of make sure all of those things are handy. You know where they are, and just have a plan in place in case there is an emergency, in case you have to, in case you do need to go to a shelter, you already know exactly where it is. You have the address, you know exactly where you have to go to get that. Make sure your car is filled up with gas in case you do have to leave. Although again, the message is for you to stay home, but just in case there's an emergency. And then if you do lose power, things like, kind of picking one room and living there, and using towels, blankets, different things like that to kind of use it to cover the cracks of the doors and the windows, close those up, just to try to maximize the heat and lose and minimize any heat loss possible. If there is sun out and it's a daytime, you can open those blinds up because you want to get that heat in. But at nighttime, obviously, you want to keep everything closed. Any doors in the house or home, close those doors. You just kind of, that was one of the things he said, just kind of stay in one room and close the other doors, just because that draft, all of that is creating extra air and everything like that. Stay in one room, close all the doors. While you're there with the flashlight, take out the board game. This is a good time to reconnect with family members and, play some games and chat and, make use of the time with no extra power and electricity. And it is important to have your phone charged, but put them away.
Yeah, I mean that's a good tip. Now I got to buy some board games on top of the snow melt. Okay, but Jess, I
That's
like.
important.
Yeah, I do have a little thing of Connect Four, a little travel version of
Hey,
Connect Four, right?
that's something.
The old school game. How about when when you find things that are broken after the storm passes, what are some of the quick fixes on the other side of this?
I guess it just kind of really depends on what's broken, right? Do you need an expert to come in and fix anything because you don't want to make it worse? Anything you can do beforehand to protect your pipes, you know what I mean, and keep them, warm. I know they say any of the pipes outside, or actually, I'll leave that one away. But I know there's things you can do to protect your pipes. You know what I mean? So anything you can do to prevent any further damage, do so. I know I'm not a hands-on type person, so I'm gonna have to call whoever to come fix anything that needs to be fixed. So if it's better and it's to prevent further damage, I would say call an expert.
Oh yeah, I like to keep those things to the experts. Any surprise takeaways for you?
It's, with these things, I think just it's all about preparation. You just never know how it's gonna go, right? It can be the worst of the worst, or it can be pretty light, right? And then we'll be happy that the canned food that you got doesn't expire, so you have it for next time. You know what I mean? So it's better prepared than it's better safe than sorry. I think just it's a reminder to check those emergency kits in the car, just in case you do have to be out and about, you do have water in your car. The Red Cross said, you can survive on a few days if you have water. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like things that you need to make sure you have the warm clothes, batteries, chargers, and things like that. So, we're just kind of getting ready and just, making sure we listen to the authorities, when they say to stay home, we want to make sure that, you guys are out there and you're doing so, because it's less, so they don't have to come and, save you out there in the world. You know what I mean? So stay home unless, you're dealing with the slick roads, which is already going to be a mess. So stay home, stay warm, and just
Play
wait it
some
out,
games. Yeah.
Play some games, get out the board games.
There you go. All right, Jesse. Thank you for that update. We'll see you on WCNC Charlotte later this afternoon. Appreciate the convo.